Hi, in this video I'm just going to go over quickly the stake buttons on the ladder interface. On most trading applications there's only about 6 preset stake button boxes that you can use, whereas on the toy you can have pretty much as many as you want. So if you're trading using the ladder, first of all you'll notice that there's this little box in this top right of each ladder. So you can see in ladder 1 I've got 50 and in ladder 2 I've got 10. That represents the stake that I'm using, and as you'll see it's highlighted all the time. So if whichever ladder you're currently over, so I'm over the left hand one, the box at the top of that ladder is highlighted. If I move to the second ladder it switches straight away to the other one. So that allows me to instantly type in whatever stake I want without actually having to go up and click in the box. So at the moment I've got 50, but if I just type in on my keyboard 12, it's in, and I can put in a £12 bet. If I want to change that quickly to £18.72, I just type it in and it's there. Again, I don't have to click at the top. So just put that back to 20. So that's one example of the way of doing your stakes. Another option is if you actually right click in this box at the right top, it brings up your stake menu. So you can see here I've already entered in for this video various different stakes between £5 and £150. So if you want to select say £25, you can just left click on that and it'll select £25 for this ladder. If I want to change it to £100, I'll right click in the top, left click on 100. I've got 100. You'll notice that the other ladders have remained the same, so that's still stayed at £10. If I wanted all of the ladders to change, when I right click up here, if I want all of the ladders to have £50, instead of left clicking on the value, if I right click, you'll see it's changed on both ladders now. If we change that to say 35, again if I right click, it'll do it for all of the ladders. So we'll just put this ladder back to £50 by left clicking on it. The next thing to cover is adding stakes and removing stakes. So as you can see at the moment I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 stakes. But say we wanted to add £18 to our stake menu, for example. So all you would do is, don't need to click in there, remember, because it's already there, just already hot selected. Just type in 18, then right click on this box, and you can see at the top here it's got plus 18. So you just left click on that, and there we go, it's added 18 to our stake menu, as you can see here. So if we wanted to put in £200, just type in 200, right click, click on the plus 200, and you can see now 200's been added to our stake menu. If you want to remove it, so what did we put in? We put in £18, so if we wanted to remove a stake from the stake menu, just type it in, 18, right click over it, and you can see it's got minus 18 at the top, so just left click that, and you'll see it's gone from the stake menu. We'll do that with the 200. So right click, left click on the minus 200, and you can see it's gone from the stake menu. Now when we were adding those stakes we were left clicking, which meant it only changed the stake on this left hand ladder. So put in £12, right click and then left click on the plus 12. See, it just stays £12 here, but it remains on this. At the moment I've changed it and we've got £2 on this one. But if we put in say £18 and right click on the plus 18, it will change it as before. It will change it on all of the ladders. So we'll just take out 18 and we're back to our original stakes. So we'll just right click and we'll select £50 on this ladder. So that explains it by doing it that way. An alternative way is to actually right click on the ladder. So if you right click on the ladder, you can see it brings up our stake menu. And if we left click on a value, so at the moment we've got 50 on this ladder here as our stake, but if we don't want to put in 50, if we wanted to put in 35, you can right click at say 2.2 and then left click at on 35. You can see it puts in a £35 bet for us, but our stake remains £50 on this ladder. So if we put in another bet, just by clicking normally, it puts in a £50 bet. So that's a quick way of putting in different amounts. So you just right click over the value, so 2.18, and then you left click say at £12 and it puts it in. If you want to actually the stake that you entered to become your default stake for the ladder, instead of left clicking when you click on the stake here, you right click. So if we right click on 15, it will put in a £15 bet, but it will also change the stake to 15, as you see. So our £15 went in and it changed our stake to £15. Remember, notice that the other ladder remained at its stake what it was before. So I'll just do that again quickly. So right click at 2.2 and we'll put in a £5, but instead of left clicking we'll right click, and that will change the stake for this ladder. So right click, puts in the £5 bet, and you can see it's changed £5 up there. And obviously that works on the lay side as well. So if we right click at 2.06 and put in 35 by left clicking, puts in our 35 bet here, but that remains at £5. If we right click on 35 like that, puts in our £35 bet and changes our stake to £35.